Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and it's been quite some time since the last time I made the vlog, but I am back now, and for this vlog I am going to talk to you about how to make a good impression at a job interview. So as you know, I'm a nurse. I am a charge nurse here in England. I work for the NHS. And because of my post, I have been through a lot of job interviews. I had an interview for my job coming here from the Philippines, and then I had another job interview when I transitioned from a staff nurse job role to my job role now, which is a charge nurse. Also, for my role, I have been through job interviews. I have been the interviewer this time. I have interviewed for posts for staff nurses, healthcare assistants, and a ward clerk just recently. So I'm gonna talk to you about how to make a good impression. So, I will be looking at my paper here because I was writing while I was in an Uber. Number one, the first major point is your appearance. How you look matters. I know some people will say it is very superficial. As a professional, there is so much more I can offer than just appearance. Yes, that's true. However, your appearance matters more than just serving looks. It shows how prepared you are and how serious you are for the job interview. Also, it is a basic courtesy to look good and smell good for the people around you. Number one, make sure that we dress to impress. Power dressing is the key, but do not overdo it because you're going for a job interview and not for a party. So power dressing is the key, but avoid bold statements such as so much jewelry, big prints, avoid very bright colors. Stick to the classics: black, white, cream, beige, navy. Those professional, not professional, but basic colors. You can contrast that with something on the lighter side, like a light blue or a white shirt. So there are a lot of articles available on the internet on how to dress for a job interview. Next, make sure you polish your shoes because according to research, this is actually evidence-based, huh? According to research, one of the first things that people notice about you is your footwear. So, I don't know why and I don't know what for, but for some reason, it is the best. No, it's not the best. It is one of the first few things that somebody else will notice about us, our footwear. So polish your shoes and don't wear trainers for your job interview unless you are going for a very casual job interview. But I doubt that. Don't wear trainers, wear leather. Iron your clothes because we wouldn't want to look like crepe paper in our job interviews. And it just shows how serious and how prepared you are for your job interview. Also, make sure that you don't have any coins or you don't have your mobile phone in your trouser pockets when you go for your interview. Because no, it's just not part of your ensemble for your job interview. You can leave it in your in the pocket of your suit or your blazer, or for me, even for men, you can bring a briefcase or a smart bag for your things because you will be bringing some documents anyway. Bring an umbrella on your job interview on the day of your interview because here in England the weather is really unpredictable, and the last thing you would want will be to walk into your job interview drenched in the rain. Also, observe proper posture. Make sure that you are sitting comfortably but not slouchy. That you are not fidgety, that your hands are calm and just firm on your lap, or hold them together, and yeah. So organize your things such as your documents, bring a briefcase or a smart bag with you. I've mentioned that already. As much as possible, do not bring a backpack or a rucksack to your job interview. Although there are backpacks or rucksacks that are smart, that are for office work, that you can fit your laptop in. But general rule, please don't bring your backpack to your job interview because it will, I don't know, just don't. Also, keep your IDs handy, whether it's your passport or your residence card. Make sure they are handy because when you go to the reception, you would have to identify yourself. You would have to say that you are there for a job interview. So make sure it's handy. Pay attention to grooming. Take a shower, brush your teeth, comb your hair, trim your beard. I know a lot of people will say, but this is me, this is how I identify myself. Yeah, but groom. I think, yeah, you can go for a job interview with facial hair, but groom. You don't want to look like Yeti. Use a subtle cologne and body spray and deodorant because we don't want to hurt the noses of our interviewers. And trim your nails, moisturize your hands because you would have to shake the hands of your interviewers, or I don't know if they are restricting that now. But yeah, moisturize your hands. Don't give them the Sahara Desert experience. Number 2 point, behavior and demeanor during your job interview. So your body language says so much more about you even before you speak. Nerves can take over, but with practice and presence of mind, your nerves can be controlled. Number 1, demeanor or behavior. Be punctual. Be probably at least 10 to 15 minutes early for your job interview, but not so much earlier than that, because I believe that if you come late, you are wasting other people's time. But if you come too early, you might be wasting your time that you could have spent preparing, or you could have spent just relaxing and getting yourself together before your job interview. If you come very early, it will give your interviewers a sense of rush, thinking that you are already here so much earlier than your book time, and they probably have to see you now, right there and then. So just come not very early, but not late as well. So number 2 is keep calm and control your nerves. You can practice and do mental visualization of how the interview would be, how the flow would be like. Just imagine how you would like to see yourself if you were the interviewer. You would want to see a calm applicant, a very composed applicant, someone who looks well put together, someone who knows what he's talking about. So just picture that in your mind and practice. Anticipate the questions so you don't have to panic. And if you apply for a specific job, of course there will be items on the job description. Study that and prepare your answers if the most likely that the questions will be from the job description anyway. Number 3, make sure that you smile and show that you are really interested in the job. But don't be too enthusiastic because you don't want to overpower the room. You don't want to be the person who sucks out the oxygen, all of the oxygen in that room. And do not be overbearing. You have to be assertive and confident, but not too boastful. You don't want to be that person who is actually telling the truth, but because of how overbearing she is or he is, the employers would just think that you're just bragging, and you might not be telling about your accomplishments. So yeah, you just have to play it by ear, really, and you will know what it means. And if permitted, make sure you give a firm handshake. I know we have pandemic restrictions at the moment, and only if permitted, give them a firm handshake. Don't be too floppy like you're already dead. But don't be too squeezy like you are, that you're trying to squeeze the life out of them. And avoid sweaty palms. So you can avoid that by, of course, yeah, controlling your nerves or having a hand towel handy. Yeah, I've mentioned earlier, moisturize because you don't want to give them the Sahara Desert experience. We're not ready to travel yet. Number 5, on this part only, ha. Think as if you are being assessed the moment you walk into the building. Because this will make you more aware of how you look, how you act, or how you carry yourself. As soon as you walk into the building, think that people are looking at you, that there is always like a big brother setting cameras everywhere and you're being observed. So you have to compose yourself, carry yourself in such a way that you look confident but not overbearing, that you know what you're going for, you're there, you're going for the kill. But of course, just do it in the level that you can tolerate, because we don't want you to end up feeling anxious or feeling nervous about your interview. But yeah, just be self-aware. I think that's what I'm trying to say. Just be self-aware. So major point number 3, check out the interviewer and the organization. You need to have a sense of what they are like, both the interviewers and the organization as a whole. And yeah, you need to have a sense of what they are like and what they like. If you know somebody from the company, make sure you get like an insider scoop. Just have a general knowledge of their culture in the company. Are they like very work oriented and they have very little time to socialize? Do they have casual Fridays? Do they wear a uniform? Just the usual things like that. And most of the employers or the people who do the interview, they have LinkedIn profiles. So you can check their LinkedIn profiles and see if you have something in common that you can possibly talk about, like an icebreaker. You can check if they have you can check if they are into charity work, or you have the same work experience in a certain work environment, if they specialize in a certain area that you are interested in. So because interviews are not entirely 100% formal. There is some time for small talk, there is some time for an icebreaker, and you have to go for it and use it to your advantage. So, make sure you review your job post, find out and formulate as much answers as you can, cover as many bases as possible. So I told you earlier, read the job description. They will be getting answers from there. No, they will be getting questions from there, and you have to prepare answers for those questions. If possible, prepare multiple answers to one question so that you can add or subtract to your chosen answer, and then just play with your words, build up on it. Know the organization. I've already mentioned you should know what you're signing up for. Make sure that you get the names right, especially of those who will be interviewing you, if they provide the names. And yeah, do a research. So yeah, that's self-explanatory. You don't want to go for a job interview and you are not familiar with what you are signing up for. Be prepared to talk about yourself. I know it's cliche. They will ask you, tell me about yourself. Why are you fit for the work? It's not just going in for the straight answers. You have to, it's like telling a story. I think, that's what I want to say. Tell a story. Make sure you build up and you go to your climax, to your highlights, and then slowly bring it down. Be prepared to talk about yourself. You have to think of personal experiences that you can relate to their questions. So for example, they ask you to tell about yourself. Of course, they know your name, they know your background. It's all in your job application. What they like to know about you when they ask you tell them about yourself is something else that you want to highlight but is not mentioned in your application form. For other questions, it is going to be the same thing. You have to find something to relate, a story to relate the question to. The usual questions we have for nurses will be, if you are give me a certain time when you were faced with a difficult situation and how you handled it, and then you think about of a difficult situation that you managed to come out from. So yeah, things like that. And yeah, prepare a good opening conversation, or prepare some topics for the small talk, because when you walk into the interview room, they would not ask you the question straight away. They will first ask you how you are, and then you have to butt in um some questions yourself, or you can start a conversation, the neutral ones. We're here in England, and people are obsessed with the weather, so you can say, oh, it's very sunny outside, I wish we can enjoy. Oh, it's raining outside, but good thing I didn't get wet, I didn't get caught in the rain. So things like that. Do not start a conversation with a very controversial topic. Usually topics about politics, religion, race, or something that are really irrelevant to the job interview. And number 4, this is the last topic. Do follow up after the interview, because it will show the interviewers or the employers that you are interested, that you are really enthusiastic, and you're looking forward to landing the job. Of course, don't be too pestering or too bothersome to them. You don't have to call every hour. You don't have to follow up every minute. Just play it by ear. See their not policies. Just tell their timeline. Some interviewers will say, we will let you know by midday tomorrow. So you don't have to follow up that much then. But yeah. So I hope the this video is has been helpful. Let me know in the comments how this has played for you. And yeah, so probably I would come up with another video, and I hope to discuss how to formulate good answers for your job interview questions. So this has been Dean, and stay safe, everyone. Please make sure to like and subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers now. Thank you so much.